Powered by Riverside FM.
In the summer of 1955, a quiet farmhouse in rural Kentucky became ground zero for one of the strangest encounters in UFO history. A terrified family, glowing-eyed creatures, gunfire in the night, and a police investigation that left more questions than answers. Were they aliens, misidentified owls, or something far more unsettling? Join us tonight as we unravel the enigmatic legend of the Kentucky Goblins. Tonight on Newsworthy, 2 words and 2 question marks.
I'm Steve, and I've not seen a conspiracy that I don't like.
I'm Jerry, the analytical skeptic of the group that says, show me the proof.
I'm Brett. I'm the mediator between the two elders and usually cast the deciding vote.
We weren't just looking for a house. We wanted our forever home.
That's when we called Ed Lockett, USA Mortgage. He helped us see the bigger picture.
Ed showed us how the right loan could fit our family's future, not just today's needs.
And he made sure every detail was clear, so we felt confident planting roots.
Hi, I'm Ed Locke with USA Mortgage. Let's find the loan that makes your forever home possible. Call me today at 502-680-0953.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. Newsworthy's back!
In 2026?
Woo!
Live and in person.
Sorry, I just scared the shit out of Jerry and Brett. They were not waiting. They were not prepared for that. Sorry, guys.
Not a problem.
It has been 3 weeks, almost 4 weeks since
Almost
we've been
4
on
weeks,
the air. For you listeners who listen to us every week, first of all, we appreciate you.
100%, yeah.
I've actually had people call me and say, hey, did y'all quit the podcast? Because that sucks. And I'm like, no, we're just taking a break. Thank you for listening. We appreciate that. We appreciate all the people that are here. Not that anybody will care tomorrow, but tonight's episode is stupid late. It wouldn't be us starting something new and exciting if we didn't have a buttload of technical glitches.
Buttload. And a lot of stuff we did not anticipate.
We did not anticipate that at all. Tonight's culprit is Jerry's computer. Congratulations, Jerry. Yeah! Woo!
In my defense, 2 things. In my defense, I was left unsupervised. And secondly,
yes.
I did offer to go ahead without my early on.
To be fair, we did that time. It wasn't.
Yeah, no.
It was well used.
So just to break down real quick. So we took the first 2 weeks off in December because we wanted to change a bunch of stuff to make it better for this year. I think we've done that. We're going to hustle. Second thing is the last 2 weeks in December, we just took off. We had never had a break since we started this podcast almost 3 years ago. We took 2 weeks off. So, anywho, guys, I just got to say real quick that I don't know if you guys are aware, but I got hired at a new job. It's it's at a thermometer factory.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a temp job, but
Temp, huh?
What do you mean,
Is that temp? On a serious note, I want to thank you guys. Earlier, a few minutes ago, you guys are both showing how much you care about me. You're talking about ways and places I could meet someone. I appreciate that. Just want to let you know that hiking in your 60s is a great way to meet new people.
Really?
Really?
Just today, I met 2 paramedics, 3 nurses, a cardiologist, and almost met Jesus.
That wasn't the joke that you had advertised.
No,
I'll give
that's
that one
better.
to Steve.
That's better. That's much better.
So this holiday, so obviously we had Christmas with the girls, and I found out I'm banned from caroling in the psych hospital now.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, turns out singing "Do You Hear What I Hear" was a bad choice.
I like that.
you've had over
I was cracking up about
That was a good one. You don't like that?
It was terrible.
It's timely, right after the holidays.
After.
I
That's the
like
point.
that.
Remember that for next Christmas. I'll laugh at it.
Well, fine.
We won't be here next Christmas.
To make Steve happy, the joke that I first suggested that he reacted to so poorly, but now insists that I do. How do you surprise a blind person? All you have to do is leave the plunger in the toilet.
I don't even know what that means, Jerry.
I'll let
Gosh,
Steve explain it
our
to you.
angelic minds have no clue what that means, do we?
Yes, I am so innocent that joke goes right over my head.
Can you imagine what you're trying to do to this young man's brain?
I'm telling you.
I am
Listen,
the young, strapping 28 years old.
I would
got
believe all of this if it were not
receding
some of the
hairline that
jokes
is-
that I heard he and his wife telling on her dad joke. episode.
Guys, just seriously, we're going to get into the topic. One of the things we want to do this year is get into the topic and get into the
100%.
content a lot faster. And we're going to do that tonight. But I do want to say thank you for the continued listenership. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting us. Be sure to check out our website, Newsworthy, at newsworthystephenjerry.com. Check that out. Do whatever you need to do there. Comment. Check it out. Oh, it's good stuff. Check it out.
Yep.
Jerry takes care of that. He likes to see support there.
Give us good feedback. Yeah.
Or any feedback. Bad
Yeah.
feedback.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Send us your ghost story. Anything.
Anything. We used to do recipes. How long's it been since we asked
Long
for
time.
recipes? It's been forever.
Not since I've been doing it.
Right.
So it's before then.
Yeah. And most of the ones, never mind. I never had one that I enjoyed, but I'm a very picky. I eat like a 12-year-old, as
You
Jerry
do.
says.
Yes.
So
Yes.
y'all should be proud of
You
me.
did try something new tonight, though.
I certainly did.
Let's not ask. We're not going to do recipes, but let's do this. Best new thing you've eaten in the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Steve?
Oh, for me?
Yeah. Best
Ooh,
new thing
New
you've
thing
eaten.
in the last 2 to 3.
So not best thing,
don't
best
think I've had
new
anything
recipe, idea, concept.
I
tried
have.
anything
So we
new?
do HelloFresh twice a week.
Okay. There you go.
Um,
I love it.
yeah,
Great
I-
place to find new
Twice a
stuff.
week.
Yeah,
Dang.
well, we have 2 meals a week is what we do. Last night we actually had onion crunch chicken. It was delicious.
Nice. Sounds good.
It was very
Sounds
good.
good, yeah.
Anything come to mind for you, Brett?
As far as new, no. I've had like a lot of stuff I've just had before the last couple weeks. I will say the best thing I've had in the last couple weeks is probably my wife's cinnamon rolls.
That
See?
he sent us pictures of her
He
beginning
said
to make.
he said that to trigger me. Let me tell you, his wife makes the absolute biggest, best cinnamon rolls on the planet. She could literally make cinnamon rolls for a
Well, they
living.
thought of you.
They're really
was
good.
nice enough to send pictures to you
I did.
when she began the process.
Pictures, we are not of the technological advance that pictures also come with smell and taste. Good.
I
So
love the smell.
this is yeah. So just for those folks out there that are wondering what I'm drinking this Oak and Eden. And have you guys ever seen Yellowstone?
No,
You know the cowboy with the older cowboy with the gray mustache, 4D
Old skinny guy.
Wilson. Yeah,
Yeah,
the small spoon. So he created a bourbon with
That's
this company, and this is it.
I'll be darned. Smells good.
And it's
that smells good.
That smells good.
it has like it has the barrel wood in it, so it ages in the bottle, which is
Didn't
like
notice
something
that.
that wine does. Bourbon doesn't typically do that, so it's pretty good.
Okay.
It's not my favorite bourbon, but it's okay.
Back to the best thing we've had
Yes.
new.
Yeah.
You guys ever saw any of the Kevmo? Kevmo is a chef for a girls sorority out in Nevada, and he got famous.
Yeah, I watch that all the time.
Girl
Kevmo.
sorority. Yeah, I know why you're watching it, Jerry.
Trust me, watch a couple, and there's no sorority girls on it. But this little skinny guy that got really famous, he had cancer, and that's half what got it famous was his battle with cancer.
I do remember.
But he
you
has
talking
a
about
ton
that.
of recipes on there. Had one for chicken tortilla soup that made me go investigate, and I made chicken tortilla soup the other day. Best new thing I've had in a long time.
Nice.
Is it like the Chili's chicken tortilla soup?
Very much so. I get that from Nikki and Chris, my daughter and her husband, who worked there for years, and they said mine was better than theirs.
I just
I've
want to
never
say,
had-
Yeah,
not
yeah.
that they support us, but Chili's is my go-to because I've never had a bad experience at Chili's.
I will
Ever.
say Chili's is not my go-to.
Well, that's because you're wrong.
I do like
Yeah.
the chips.
It's not
and
my
salsa,
go-to
though.
either.
Huh?
It's
Really?
not my
So
go-to.
you're both.
They're okay.
They're-
I'm
that's-
not. It's not. Yeah, it's okay.
eh,
It's better than
eh,
Applebee's, which I know you hate.
Better than Applebee's, and I hate Applebee's.
Dude, you can't. I hate Applebee's worse than you hate Applebee's.
I hate
He
Applebee's
does,
way
trust me.
worse than you do.
Listen, no, I
Really?
you
No.
absolutely do not. Hey, let's Leo, let's get out of here. Let's just end it with the fact that I hate Applebee's worse than you. Okay.
Listen,
That's all I'm.
it's
saying.
okay because I hate it worse than you, and it's TV dinner that's awful.
So
All right.
tonight we're going to be discussing.
We're going to discuss this rock.
Oh yes,
Look at that.
we will get to that rock.
I'm
At some
touching
point.
this rock. Actually,
You want to go
We're-
ahead and talk about the
we're
rock?
not discussing the rock. It is very much, and for the people not watching, I was holding up the camera. It's a rock that will be put in our studio somewhere because it came from the exact location of tonight's topic.
which is
We are going to talk tonight about the Hopkinsville alien
Okay.
attack, Hopkinsville, Kentucky, in 1955.
better
To
known
start
by
the
a
year.
short name of.
Kentucky
The
Goblins.
goblins.
Yeah.
Hopkinsville goblins.
Also, if you want to see the most terrifying picture of a Kentucky Goblin, go to Etsy to our boy Ethan Hawke. He has a hand-drawn picture of a Kentucky Goblin that'll make your skin crawl. It's
Nice.
amazing.
That's
So check
awesome.
out his-
I wish we would have looked at that beforehand.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Kentucky.
We'll have to
Ethan
put
Hawke-
that on the YouTube video.
Ethan Hawke has a great picture of, and you can buy them for $12 or $13. Support Ethan. He's from Indiana. He's a great dude. Brett, tell us about what happened. Where are we going here?
All right. So, like Steve said, we're talking about the Hopkinsville encounter, Kentucky goblins, Hopkinsville goblins, etc. So this happened in 1955, specifically on August 21st, the night of August 21st, and it went into the 22nd. It happened in a rural farmhouse near the small town of Kelly, which is in Christian County, which Steve was lucky enough to visit a couple weeks ago.
I
Brought
can't
us
wait
this
to talk
book.
about it.
Brought us this lovely rock that we can put in our studio now. So the initial sighting
Listen,
happened.
I just want to say I
Oh, go
didn't
ahead.
steal the rock. I was saving some guy's lawnmower
Listen.
from hitting the rock.
If you hit this thing with a lawnmower,
You're
It's
ready to
messing
go-
it up.
Yeah. So I
or it's
protected
hitting
you.
somebody,
I protected you.
you
So,
did.
Go
You
ahead.
did.
I just want to make sure that it wasn't known it wasn't stolen.
Probably
was
would
not
have been a
s-
small child that got hit right. You
Right.
actually probably deserve an award. for that.
Or a small goblin.
Yeah.
Or a small goblin. So around the early evening of August 21st, Billy Ray Taylor, who was a visitor of this house, so there was 11 total people. Billy Ray Taylor was one of those. He reported seeing a bright streaking light in the sky, and it appeared to land nearby on this land. And shortly after, around 7 to 8 p.m., they started seeing strange figures appearing at the edges of the property. They started seeing them in the windows outside of the house. They're peering in the windows or peering into the door. So this was, again, a rural family. The occupants responded by firing shotguns at these figures. They continued intermittently for several hours. It was described initially as lasting over almost 4 hours in total. The figures repeatedly returned despite being shot at. It led to growing panic among these 11 individuals. The family stayed inside the house, but also they were shooting outside of the house as well at these creatures. They barricaded the house and continued to fire. There was estimated 4 boxes of of ammo shot, which is around 200 rounds. So this is a significant amount of ammo. They did decide to leave around 2 to 3 a.m. on August 22nd. Things had quieted at the time, and the group fled. The whole family fled to the police station in Hopkinsville to report the incident. And they arrived at the police station frantic. And the police, after the fact, they believed that these people were genuinely afraid. They believed that they had genuinely encountered something that they could not explain. That they were genuinely afraid of. And the police station investigated the incident. They arrived at the station frantic, distressed. The police did find bullet holes and signs of gunfire in the house, outside of the house, but no other evidence other than that. Yeah. You got questions for me?
Officially. And I'm using air quotes.
Officially. And I'm hoping that somebody talks about the
Yes.
what the government has to say about this, but
What the government has to say about this incident is laughable.
I have a question for you.
yeah.
Couple, actually. Oh,
Yeah. You start with the first one.
hypothetical. If you were living in rural Kentucky in 1955 and you saw strange lights in the sky, would you have interpreted them as UFOs or possibly something more earthly, military aircraft, natural phenomena? Secondly, if you believed that it was alien in origin, would you have reported it, knowing the stigma, the baggage that comes with that?
So I think I've given this a lot of thought, and I think that I think that the time that this occurred, the UFO phenomena was becoming known by the culture. Was we had Roswell and things like that. So it was not uncommon for people to see UFOs at this time. I think that I might have questioned it. But I will say that there was a known meteor shower that occurred this night, and even one of the policemen had reported that they saw a meteor fall from the sky or fall across the sky. I will say that I might have questioned it. The thing that would have made me report it to the police is the fact that 10 other people that I was with also saw this and also was scared. Right? I think that if I was alone, it would have been a little different. With 10 other people witnessing the same thing, I think that it's and if you're at the point where you're so terrified that you're shooting outside of your house, you're breaking your windows. I mean,
No, they're not breaking they're shooting through their windows.
So you're destroying your own property, because you're so terrified of what's occurring outside of your house, what you're seeing through the windows, what everybody's seeing. So it's not like you think. In this case, you don't think you're crazy. So I think that I would have done the exact same thing that these people did. And it's hard to say because I believe that aliens exist, and I'm not saying that these people were unjustified at shooting at these creatures, whatever they saw. I'm sure we'll get into some of the skeptics what they think.
Of course we will. Jerry's here tonight.
But I think that I would have reacted similarly, just because of the amount of people, the amount of witnesses. I wouldn't have thought that I was crazy just because other people were saying it.
That was a
Question for
long
him,
answer to the question.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, that's all right. What do you think in your, and we'll get to this at the end, of course, because we're going to definitely do we're going to judge this story. But what do you think? Just looking up what you know and what your research shows, what was it? Short answer.
Well, you might be better to answer this just because you talked to some people, but I think, personally, I don't think it was a horned owl, right? And I think that you'll echo that with the story that you have. And I don't think that these people thought it was a horned owl. I think that if it was a horned owl, that these people would have saw it, and at least one of the 11 people would have said, "Hey, is this thing an owl?" And like, and I know you're going to get into some of the specifics that kind
And
of
they probably wouldn't have destroyed their house trying
Right.
to kill an owl.
and some of the specifics that you're going to talk about,
Yes.
I think point to that fact.
Yeah,
right?
let's get into that. So picture it, you're the policeman on late duty this particular night. You're at the office, you're sitting there, you're half asleep, you've just had your 14th cup of coffee trying to stay awake because Kelly, Kentucky is a very rural area.
Right.
Today, I can't imagine what it was like in 1955.
My house wasn't even built in 1955.
My house it was built in 1920, but still.
Yeah.
When I went to this area, when I went to this spot, there was a couple of mobile homes and a couple of homes up and down the road. That was it today. So I can't imagine what this was like. Here's what I want to say. Around 11 p.m., so it's like right up in that area. And I don't know about you, but I'm in bed by 10:30 most nights. Around 11 p.m. On an August night, it's hot. Most places don't have air conditioning. The police officer in charge was probably half asleep when 8 to 12 people showed up in a truck, completely in a state of panic, saying, "We need help." We've been fighting them for nearly 4 hours. So at 11 o'clock, this whole started what, 7 o'clock in the evening? It started when Billy Ray Taylor was outside getting water. He saw either a meteor or he saw something land in a field back. And when you go to this site, there is a tree line and that goes down over a ridge. So I can't describe how, when I read the story and then I went to the site and I saw, it's perfect for exactly what he said. And he was at the well drawing water. He runs back in a panic. He's like, "Guys, I just saw something light up the sky over here, and it literally landed in the field right
And
here."
he said that it like shot like rainbow lights or something.
Yeah. So
It's not a regular meteor.
No.
Right.
And they laugh at him. The kids laugh at him. The other adults laugh at him. And the dog is barking
Right.
and being
Yeah.
the dog is important
Yes.
because 15 to
100%.
20 minutes later, the dog stops barking. And then the dog, according to reports, goes under the bed and whimpers. And that's when they first started seeing the beans. About 2.5 foot tall, maybe 3 foot tall, clad in a silver type and what they described as a uniform, coming up toward the house. It freaked everybody out. So they had one 12 gauge gun in the house. They had 122 rifle.
Right.
And they went through every cartridge and shotgun shell in their home over the next 4 hours. Like you said, Brett, they didn't just shoot, then go on the back porch and take pot shots. In panic, they shot out every single window in the home, shooting at these things. So that tells you there were more than one or two, or that there were reports show that they said that there were somewhere between 12 and 15 of these things attacking. It got to a point, even the kids who were scared to death were throwing toys at the windows. That's pretty spooky. At one point, and this is the one that creeps me out the most, either the other gentleman or Billy Ray was out on the back porch. They were shooting, trying to get him away. And first of all, let me say, when they did hit, because these were like Jerry, old farm boys, they were used to shooting stuff. They would just bounce away.
Yeah.
And then they would start walking or coming back toward
Right.
the house. No blood, no feathers.
They even heard like a metallic ding.
Yes.
Right.
Ding, every time they hit one.
Mhm.
One of them was on the roof of the porch and reached over and grabbed one of the guy's hair. Can you imagine how? And there were bullet holes. When he told this story, the cops were like, very, maybe that didn't happen. But they were very adamant, and to the point that there were bullet holes going up through the roof
front
of the
porch.
porch. It was a tin roof, basically. So that was not something that wasn't explored when they were telling the story. Um, I went to this location. I go to this area about once a year, twice a year. We tried to, and it was very different. I mean, it was just a plain. So the farmhouse now no longer stands. Nothing stands in the location where this happened. But just a quarter mile down the road, they have a nice park, and you just get a feeling. You just get a weird that something real happened here. So anywho, that's. I just wanted to say that the thing that that I believe something happened is you don't get, Jerry, you and I have said this a million times on the show. You might get one or two people to say the same thing, but you don't get more than that to say the same thing on a and we'll get into some details, and I'm sure you will, about skeptics and why we believe or disbelieve. But I just want it known that I will say that the police officer, the sergeant in charge of the office that night, the police office, was Frank Dudez, and he was a desk sergeant. And he said the whole story was entirely possible. These are not people known or believed to ever contrive stories for pranks or for foolishness, is the way they put it.
Yeah.
That says a lot. This is a guy that knew the family.
Right.
Not only that, 1955 money was tight. You're not going to go through all of your ammo that you use
And destroy your house.
Destroy your house, and glass is expensive. You got to replace that. And now you've destroyed your house, and you have no ammo to hunt.
You have no
food or
ammo. Yeah.
anything.
Right.
So, I was. You guys got have any questions?
So
for me?
do you think So what evidence do you have that it was a great horned owl?
You're asking me what evidence I have?
Well, I mean, it's like,
what
what do you like? Because that's the main theory, right? Is that these creatures were some sort of owl that was misidentified because of the meteor shower going over.
I will say one
and
sentence
the
into
the panic of the UFOs and the,
Let me answer you with one quick question for now until after Jerry's done. I will answer with this. A great horned owl is one of the most territorial birds in North America. That's all I'm going to say. And if you listen to the reporting from earlier, you'll know why I say that.
I will say, in my whole life, I'm 28, a little younger than you all.
Yeah, well, I'm on 29, so you're very little
A
younger.
little younger.
Jerry's like 76, so it's.
I've seen I've seen
50
an
years.
owl in the wild one time.
I've
Really?
never seen
And I've
that.
grown up in rural America. And you grew up on a farm, right? How many acres was the
Never.
farm that you grew up on?
Little under 200, but I've never seen.
Which is
that. That I know
insane. It's
of.
unfathomable. Really, it's like the size of that farm. But yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, the
pretty
fact that
small.
you've never seen one, and
Never
I
seen
saw one once kayaking, and it was a little baby. It probably had
I
like some
saw
sort
them
of
at a
disease.
zoo.
Yeah.
Never in the wild.
I've
Never.
seen one in a wild. I to people who know, I have a creek that runs through my backyard, and I had a trail cam by the creek, and I saw one that would land on a bush every night, but it was little tiny. It was a barn owl
Right.
size.
Yeah.
Very small.
That's it. That was the same thing. It was, and the one I saw was probably sick. That was the reason I saw it in the daylight. But yeah, you don't see owls very often in rural Kentucky. I would say that we live in rural
Much
Kentucky.
less 14, 15 of them. Much
Right.
less that stick around and keep coming back when you shoot at them.
Right. You're at least gonna and when the police comes to investigate, you would think that these people would have shot one of them.
Well, that's the thing that I was going to tell before Jerry started, but I don't know where Jerry's going to pick up. But not only the police, the state police and the federal government came to explore this site. But I'm going to stop there because I don't.
Well, I have a question for you before
Sure,
you
sure.
stop. So when you read some of the witness statements, when you hear the glowing eyes, you hear the creatures that were unfazed by gunfire, what images does that bring up in your head? An alien, paranormal entity, or maybe a misidentified animal?
Well, if you told me this was a bunch of city folk shooting at something, maybe it could be an unidentified animal, but not an owl. But these are people who were born and raised in the country.
So which one would it?
They're not missing that many times.
So
Right.
what do you think it is?
I
What's it bring up to you?
I will answer that question at the end of the show.
Okay.
How's that? When we do
Fair enough.
thumbs up or thumbs down.
So let me
Mhm.
ask you this, and maybe this is a question for me too, but how reputable were these people?
These
Quite
people,
reputable.
according to the sheriff and the deputy on watch that night, these were some of the most reputable people in the place.
Yeah,
They
I would agree.
He actually said, if these people said it, I have no reason not to believe it.
And they 100% believed it. They
Yeah,
believe
absolutely.
the reports. They 100% believe that these people were very frightened at whatever they had saw,
Not frightened, scared to death.
and they, even though that they didn't find any evidence other than the shots that went off, they
Supposedly.
right, and
We'll
then
get to that.
they still believe that these people were telling the truth.
Yeah.
That
They're-
they saw something.
There is no doubt in my mind that these people saw something. And we're going to get to what that is in a little while.
Right.
But Jerry?
To reset the scene.
Yes, please do.
Farmhouse, rural Kentucky. Late August, late summer of 1955, 70 years ago.
Yeah.
70, little over 70 years ago. This family had just endured hours of terror, a gunfight with something. They don't think they actually hit anything, but they, as we talked about, emptied their weapons. They've went through their ammo. Didn't seem to phase anything. And finally, the family gets desperate and escapes, right? They pile in the vehicle, leave. They go to the police
Can
station.
you imagine? I just want to say
Yeah.
8 to 12 people in one vehicle just to get the hell out of
11,
Dodge.
11
That's
people.
scared.
8 adults, 8 adults,
Especially
3
back
children.
then, right?
Yeah.
They didn't have a
It wasn't like they had-
Carnival or whatever. These love
They
people.
probably had a pickup truck or an old sedan.
They
They just
probably had a
piled
pickup truck
everybody
and
in.
just
everybody-
piled them in the back.
7 of them in the back,
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Scary as junk.
Yeah. They arrived at the Hopkinsville police station in the early morning hours. Witnesses described them as pale, shaking, visibly terrified. I have this note that answered your question really well about how reputable, how believable are they. Police records of the time note that this was not a group prone to hysteria. They were sober, ordinary people not seeking publicity. And I think we've all talked about it one time or another. That means a lot to us because there's some people, when you hear their story, you're like, oh, but they're trying to sell a book.
Right.
Oh, but they're trying to get their 5 minutes of fame. These people did not want, and afterwards turned down multiple opportunities to be on TV,
Right.
radio, write a book. They wanted none of that.
That's why we believe Bob Lazar so much.
Don't make me choke, please.
What?
But did you choke
Coming
on some
about
of
a
your
guy
stupid
who has
candy?
never turned down an interview that involves money ever,
What?
ever
What?
Bob
What are you
Lazar
talking about?
is your comparison.
I can't hear. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What?
Seems like our,
We'll be
our-
doing an interview on the fake Bob Lazar.
Oh
later
my
on.
gosh. Anyways,
Back to tonight's story.
Yep.
One article from the policeman that was on duty when they come into the station, to me says a lot. He said when they burst into the station, they weren't just reporting a disturbance. They were pleading for help against something they couldn't even explain.
right. Yeah, that's
You don't fake that. Now, you might wonder how serious their story was taken, right? I mean, here's a bunch of people and they come into a police station early morning hours and say, we just been in a gunfight with aliens. So they probably just laughed it off, right? Probably just said, "Yeah, it's a bunch
No.
of crazies." Well, here's how serious they took it. Here's who showed up: 4 local police, 5 state troopers, 3 deputy sheriffs, 4 military policemen from the nearby Fort Campbell. A grand total of 16 police officers. Now, to be fully transparent, part of the reason of so many was after hearing the description, one of the initial things that they thought was maybe they misidentified and got into an actual gunfight with some neighbors. And you know
Right.
how country people are. Somebody starts shooting at you, you're going to shoot back if you got a gun. So the
100%,
original thought
yeah.
was maybe it's
Especially your
just
kids.
a matter of misidentification and there's an actual gunfight going on out here.
Right.
So they want to respond with overwhelming force, which they did. 16 police officers.
You know
showed up.
what he could compare this to is the overwhelming response that they responded to the Miami Mall situation for some kids in a fight. Just saying.
We didn't do a whole episode, but we touched on that, right?
We did.
We touched on it. We
Yeah,
did, but
and
we
you were
didn't
like,
do-
"Oh, it's just a couple of police officers." And
I didn't say
cops."
that.
You said it was just a couple of kids. but
I
the-
didn't.
Yes, he did. I can pull it
Oh, let's pull it up.
up.
I'll talk for 5 minutes. Pull it up. Put your money where your mouth is, big boy.
We will.
Actually, you want to put your money in your mouth is? I'll bet you $10 to 1. I didn't say anything similar. Want to bet?
Oh,
How much
we
you bet?
lose that.
$10
He
to
would-
one.
He
10
would
to 1.
absolutely lose that bet.
Then take my
please
bet.
continue. Please continue.
So when the 16 police officers responded, what did they find? We talked about this some. Here's what they found: bullet holes in window and door frames, not windows because those are all gone. They're shot out. They found spent shells scattered across the property. They found damaged screens and siding where the shots were fired. What they didn't find: there were no bodies, there was no blood, there was no tracks, none. Officers did report a strange glow in the woods and fields, but no creatures. Some accounts mention a
A
metallic
strange
sheen on fence posts and trees, as if they had been struck by something unusual. One of the police reports said this: the evidence was physical. Bullet holes, torn screens, frightened witnesses, but it was incomplete. It was enough to prove something had happened, but not enough to prove what. Now, aftermath, long-term effects. The Sutton family quickly became the center of unwanted attention. They did not want this. They were not looking to get famous. They weren't looking to have their name in the newspapers. And they basically did everything in their power to stay away from all of that. Reporters began to descend on Hopkinsville. They dubbed the incident the Hopkinsville Goblins or Kelly Hopkinsville Encounter. The family refused to profit from the story. We talked about that, turning away offers of money and interviews. For me, that says a lot. There's got to be a reason why these 8 adults, 3 children, 11 people would tell this terrifying story. And if it's not for money, if it's not for publicity, if it's not for fame, what else other than
Right.
simply reporting this is what happened? Over time, the incident became a cornerstone of UFO folklore. It began to influence pop culture depictions of the little green men. Psychological effects, long term again. Witnesses described lingering fear and reluctance to speak publicly. Children in the family were reportedly traumatized and they avoided the farmhouse for years before it was, as Steve mentioned, torn down. Now, skeptics. Skeptics have suggested that it was simply owls or possibly other misidentified wildlife. Believers point to the consistency of the witnesses' accounts. Again, all 11 witnesses. The sheer panic that was observable by police and other people when they responded. Also, the fact that Steve was talking about, this is not a bunch of city people. This is a bunch of rural people who were used to shooting. They went through boxes of shells,
Yeah.
as Brett mentioned, and there's no evidence of them hitting anything. One of the police officers had this on his report. Whether you believe in aliens, goblins, or misidentify, I'm sorry, this is not a policeman. This is a lady who wrote a book later on the subject. Whether you believe in aliens, goblins, or misidentified owls, the human impact was undeniable. This family was shaken to its core. That is something that gets me a lot, and both you guys have talked about it. There is no one who disputes the fact that this family was terrified. Whatever happened, whatever it was, I don't claim to know. It scared the holy crap out of these people. Physical evidence status. Sadly, there is no physical evidence. There's nothing.
Well, there was. Did you look and see the report that one of the people from the airport, the Army base, had found a green substance and actually had dug a divot under the substance and put it all in a cooler and took it away and didn't mention it again?
Not the rest of that sentence was there's nothing that exists today.
Oh, gotcha.
No evidence exists today.
Right.
None.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that we're left with that we can
Wait.
go back and investigate.
There's
further.
not even a house today.
Project
I've
Blue,
been there.
Project Blue Book said that this was a hoax, without
it?
any sort of description of why it was a hoax. But it just stated it was a hoax.
I can't imagine you get 11 people scared to death to create the same.
Here's what
hoax,
I'm gonna say.
especially the kids.
Yes.
Kids don't lie.
This is where I was about to go. So I have a 6-year-old.
What?
It's my
You
oldest.
have like 6-6-year-olds.
Yeah, well, my oldest is 6-year-old. One of the kids was 7. Was in the house during the entire ordeal. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I know when my 6-year-old's lying.
Right.
I know what my 6-year-old's lying. So the fact that the police were so convinced that even the 7-year-old was not saying something that was obviously fake. I think that the fact that the 7-year-old was believable. I think it adds a lot of credence to this story.
Well, the entire group of people. I will say that if the adults the kids are going to feed off what the adults do it a lot of the time, but not to the point that it is something that a trained police officer can't see through. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's the thing.
That's why I'm that's where I'm at. It's like you can't get kids to lie like that.
No,
You
not
can't. You
convincingly.
can't. You just can't. Like, especially right off the cuff like that.
Yeah, kids are not designed to do that.
They're not. They're not.
So, what are we left with? You guys got any questions for me?
Well, I was
Yeah,
just going to
I do,
ask you
actually.
about what do you think? There was 0 opportunities for these guys to make money. Is that what you were saying?
No, there was a ton of opportunities.
Right.
0 that they accepted and
Right.
went
Well,
with.
I think there was one where they had so many people come into their property and causing damage and things like that. I think they did for a short period of time accept a small sum to go through the property or something like that. But that was the only thing I found.
Yeah, I looked really hard. There was nothing. That
There
I
was
could
like
see.
barely anything.
This
And
this
there was-
family.
They did not
offers-
make anything off
Yeah.
this.
They did have offers for
Yeah.
books, for movie rights. There were offers that they turned down.
And I mean, the fact that the plot is still not in the family tells you a lot. Meaning that there wasn't any money there for them to make, even though it was.
I mean,
there
there was.
No, they could have made money,
Right.
But they
But they didn't-
didn't.
they
They
did
chose
not,
not
right.
to. They just wanted this to go away.
Yeah.
One of the grandchildren at this point has written a book, and I almost picked up a copy when I was down there.
Really? I didn't know about this.
Just based on the family stories that were internal family stories about this event.
It's a girl, and she's got some
Yeah.
videos online you can read too.
Yeah.
I saw some of those. Her talking about her grandparents.
So
That's pretty cool. I think.
one of the new things we want to do this year is make sure we do the thumbs up, thumbs down. So
Yep.
we're going to do that
Well,
right now. Go ahead.
I just had a couple more questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what we're here for. We're going to dig in deep.
I mean, if you guys, you just have any more questions?
No,
Well-
you said you had one for me.
Yeah.
Well, I did, but
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Oh, I thought you were-
Jerry, did you read in there, and maybe this was a question for Brett, that Billy Ray Taylor actually explained what he saw, that he didn't think it was a meteorite. He said it was
Right.
he was very similar. He said it was a very bright silvery object.
Right.
It wasn't a meteor star. So
And I'm gonna say, I mean, before Jerry answers, I'm gonna say, if okay, so if I'm a UFO, if I'm an alien species or whatever, and I'm looking at human beings and how they interact, and I'm gonna choose a night that has a meteor
right,
shower.
that gives me cover.
100%, because and if this happened today, I think that was one question that maybe could have been asked. Like, if this happened today, like, what would you do? Like, I think that it would be very similar to what they had done just because of what had occurred. Because if I'm seeing objects in my window and the 10 other people are also seeing those objects in the window, and I have kids in there, especially a 7-year-old, you know, I'm defending my house with whatever I have. But I'm not doing that if I think that, oh, well, this is just a meteor. This is just a...
Here's what I would say, one level above that, to tie it to today. If I was an alien, I would definitely follow behind something that was natural, so that we're focused on the natural thing,
100%.
not on
100%. Because
something
if you
like
put this
maybe
if you put this on
Atlas.
social media, you're crazy,
Yeah,
right?
Right.
You're 100% crazy. I mean, there's definitely going to be people who are like, oh, this is actually happening. But like, for most people, I would say you either created it with AI, if you got a video, or if you are just talking about it, well, you're just trying to get views. You're not really genuine.
this family didn't want any of that.
Right. And in 1955, the
So what was your question?
UFOs were not.
No,
Huh?
it was you asking your question. You
Oh,
never
my
asked.
bad. I'm sorry.
He started to, and you said, no, I have one. And you never asked it.
I did.
What was your question?
What do you think that? Well, he was answering my question. My question was that Billy Ray trailer had actually saw something silvery. What do you think that was? If it weren't an alien, or if it weren't a,
You talking about when
Yeah.
the thing first
Yes,
landed in the
yes.
clearing next door? Yeah.
because he was adamant that I mean,
They said it wasn't a meteor. How the hell does he know? How many meeters has he saw? You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
How many
So
meteors have
I don't
you
have
saw?
a clue.
I mean,
Zero. I mean, I've seen
Zero?
you're talking about a shooting star. I guess that's meteors.
did you know?
Yeah, it is.
Did
I've
you
seen
know?
shooting stars. I've never seen something that come close to landing on the ground.
I just want to say for the record, and I didn't know this, that on average, there are 3 comets that hit Earth every single day.
Very
Did you
small.
know that? Oh, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
very
Yeah,
small.
but you're
still.
talking about 3
You said 3 comets.
That's the record
I don't
that I heard.
know.
three
It's not
places on
comets.
Earth.
It's 3 meteors, I think, not comets. Comets
What-
are usually
can-
much larger. and
explain
they
the
will cause
difference.
damage.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Comet
don't
is
know the
huge.
difference.
Meteor could be something this big.
Yeah, but
Could a comet burn into a meteor?
how
I don't know.
how different is it? I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
In my mind, comets are large
Right.
and would do a lot of damage.
Well, you would think.
There's not 3
But
of
like,
those
where
on
was
Earth.
the threshold?
Yeah, I don't know.
You guys keep
Never
talking.
mind. I was
look.
incorrect. I just wanted to pull that out. I was incorrect.
So it wasn't a comet, it was a meteor.
Right.
Yeah.
My bad.
You're fine.
3-Eye Atlas has me freaked out. So we'll
Which
talk
we
about
may
that
or may
later.
not be doing an
Yeah,
episode on.
maybe. If you
So-
want to hear it, let us know.
What was your question for me?
Well, you had me looking up the difference
Sorry.
between comets and meteors.
Well,
So
see, while we
meteors,
looked that up-
we have hundreds of meteors that hit the Earth
All
every
the
single
time.
day. That means make impact.
Yes.
So that's a big deal.
That's
um,
yes.
But
And
like,
there's
you've
tons and
never
tons
seen
more that
one,
burn up
right?
in
Like
the
it's
I
like
have.
it's like, and that's what I guess. Like, I'm kind of and you don't never seen one that was followed up with some sort of species that you've never seen before.
Well, we're gonna get into that.
Someone attacking your home. To the point where you and the 10 other people that are around you who have also lived in rural America, rural Kentucky. I guess that Billy Ray Taylor was from Pennsylvania. So
Okay.
rural
Hang on one second. I think
America.
you're jumping ahead of the game.
Okay, go
No,
ahead.
he's
Yeah.
got a question though.
That wasn't a question. That was a
He's getting to it, I
statement.
think.
Was you getting to the question?
I mean, eventually, but it's fine. You go ahead. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna look up the difference between comets and meteors.
Sorry, Brett.
You go ahead. You go ahead. It's fine.
Jerry,
I would like this summation.
please do.
I love this. 70 years later, the Kentucky Goblins remain a mystery that is suspended somewhere between folklore and fact. Yes, we have no bones, no blood, no fingerprints. We do have tons of fear, tons of testimony from the witnesses, and the enduring question of what really happened that night, which I don't think will ever be answered. But that's what we're left with.
So,
Yes.
Brett, you started this. Thumbs up, thumbs down about the Kentucky Hopkinsville alien attack.
Well, just to clarify, Jerry was 100% right about comets versus meteors. Comets are just larger. They're icy bodies that orbit the sun and develop tails as they heat up, and meteors are smaller as they burn up in Earth's atmosphere. So comets don't actually enter the Earth's atmosphere. They're so large that they just kind of orbit around it. As far as the thumbs up, thumbs down, I 100% thumbs up. 100% thumbs up. Because, and I really want you to talk about your experience, because you went to the museum in Hopkinsville and you talked to one of the curators. I
did.
Talk about what you heard from her.
So she was the most learned person about Christian County I'd ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, right.
She was brilliant, and if you listen to this podcast, I hope you continue to do what you do. Very inexpensive. It was like $3 or $5 to go through the whole museum. Beautiful museum. If you're ever in Hopkinsville, go check it out. It's awesome. So, I actually asked her, I said, hey, I do a podcast. We're going to talk about this on Wednesday. What do you think? And she said, absolutely, without a doubt, I believe it wasn't owls. And that's where she left it. Smart girl, right? But the museum absolutely, let me digress. They have these little, on all of their exhibits, especially because, I don't know if you guys are aware, but Edgar Casey is also from Hopkinsville,
Yeah.
Was nowhere.
the sleeping prophet. And basically, and on all of their exhibits where there was an if or a what if, they had these little token things that you could put token in, I believe, or I don't believe. Just will say the Hopkinsville alien was almost completely full of I believe. And I believe that it was that way because it needs a thumbs up. That's my opinion. But for many reasons, the fear, the credibility of the witnesses, the inexplicably randomness of this particular attack. When I say fear, I don't mean just the fear when they got to the police station. I mean the fear that the police officers and the state boys and the federal people felt when they went in the house and they saw that this family literally blew out all of their windows, literally shot through their walls, shot through their doors, shot through the roof of their porch.
Right. You wouldn't be doing that if you weren't generally afraid.
I
Right.
just want
You
to
were,
say,
especially if you weren't making any money off of it.
right.
Yes.
And to me, that's the main reason it gets a thumbs up. These people were
and really-
petrified.
And if you really want to get into it, Jerry, this ties in to Bob Lazar's. I'm just saying the
The alien spaceship
2.5
actually
to 3 five-
represents
Well,
what
just
Bob
the
Lazar
size
said.
of these creatures, it lines up with what Bob Lazar talked about. Anyways, Jerry, I'd love to hear what you said, because I really am interested to see if you think the same as me and Steve, because I feel like it's
So we
obvious.
get two thumbs up.
It's
What do you
obvious to
think?
me.
Yeah. What do you
Well, I
think?
think I made it pretty clear with my summation. Yes, we have no bones, blood, or footprints, but what we do have is fear, testimony, and enduring question of what really happened. And I don't think they'll ever be answered. And I don't like to leave things unanswered. Absolutely, it needs more coverage until there is an answer.
Let me play devil's advocate for just a second.
Sure.
If let's just say that it was aliens. What makes them attack this particular home?
Well, they didn't
You think it was
necessarily
attacking?
They
right.
were just
That's what I was
interested.
asking.
I don't
Yeah.
think they
The
attacked at all.
fear took over. They their curiosity could have been the aliens' curiosity could have been
I think that's all it was.
Yeah.
Curiosity.
all
If,
right.
if they had the power to come from wherever to Earth,
Right.
and they have the ability to withstand shotgun blasts and rifles, but are incapable of inflicting any harm, I don't buy that for
Well,
one
they're
second.
not a-
They
I
did
agree.
not attack. They were here
Right.
out of curiosity.
That
trying
is
to see
100.
what's going
I
on.
100% agree with you. Yeah. It
And-
just, yeah.
okay.
Right. Yes.
I
Yeah.
just want to say that owls are strictly territorial. The only time they even get together is when it's time to mate. So for 15 or 16 of them to get together, form a union and say, hey, we're going to attack this particular house, I don't buy
Even if
that.
they did, even
for
if
a
they
minute.
did, all it takes is one gunshot and they're long gone.
Right.
And
One-
you
one
would have
gunshot.
evidence of that, right?
Right.
The owl will be dead in the.
These are not people who missed with their limited ammunition.
Think about what Steve said.
200
earlier.
rounds.
Two of them walked outside. There is a low hanging porch and awning type thing.
Right.
As he walks out from that, one reaches down, grabs him by the hair. He turns and fires. I don't
No
know,
owl is
Now,
doing that.
I don't know how far away he jumped. He's a Olympian and jumped 10 feet. He's 10 feet away
You
and
think,
still misses everything.
With
think
a
shot-
shotgun?
shotgun,
No.
which has a spread. I want every listener out there, if you have not shot a shotgun,
to go out and
just
watch a
go
video.
to Walmart, buy a
Just
couple
watch-
rounds of shotguns, and just shoot one.
Just
for-
watch a video.
Oh my
Do me a
gosh!
favor.
You have a spread. You're gonna hit something.
The farther
Unless you're
away it
shooting-
goes,
Slugs, yes.
yeah, the
You're right,
farther away
yes.
it goes, the bigger the spread until a
Yes.
certain point where it wouldn't actually hurt you. But yeah, there is the reason we covered this one first is because it's in Kentucky. First of all, we're from Kentucky, and it really is one of those great unfinished stories.
It
And
is.
as far as I'm
there's
concerned.
a convention, the Hopkinsville convention, where they celebrate this incident. Hopefully we can go to it this year.
Absolutely.
It's
Would
in
love to.
August, I think, right?
Is it?
In August, we'll be in
Hocking
Bigfoot
Hills.
World. Yeah.
Is it? Is
But
well,
it might be like that's the beginning of August. This might be late
I,
enough.
I
to
can't
say
remember
whether,
where
you know,
this is, but yeah.
So just to recap, I'm a thumbs up. Brett,
100%.
we got 3 thumbs up on this. one.
3 thumbs up.
And not
Way
just
to go.
3 thumbs up. I think
3
it's 3
emphatic. Yeah.
double
I'm-
emphatic thumbs
yeah.
up. We're
I-
both saying
This was a
we're all
really
saying
good
we need
First
more,
episode, I
yeah,
think.
we need more information on.
guys, we are determined to be the best version of Newsworthy we can be this year, and we need your input. You're not going to hurt our feelings if you don't like something or you think we can do something better, but we can't do that unless
100%,
you
yeah.
tell us. Go to our website, newsworthywithsteveandjerry.com, hit the contact button, leave us a message. We do read that stuff.
You will not hurt our feelings.
No, and even if you think Brett's ugly, that's okay.
That's okay. Yeah.
if you
they
think he needs
Brett
to
is
trim his
ugly, oh
beard.
my God, I don't want to hear what they think about you.
It's in
either.
October, by the way.
What?
October.
Okay, cool. October's doable, except September I'm leaving. But all right, guys, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Stick tight and stick tuned for an awesome bonus story
Awesome bonus story.
right after this.
Right.
Thanks for joining us on this episode. Stick around through a short break and we'll reward you with a bonus story you won't want to miss. We love hearing your feedback and ideas. You can share them with us at newsworthywithsteveandjerry.com.
Tax season is here, and that refund check feels like a fresh start.
Exactly. But instead of splurging, imagine using it to pay down debt or even as a down payment on a new home.
That's what we did. We called Ed Locke at USA Mortgage, and he showed us how our refund could open doors we didn't think were even possible.
Ed explained the options clearly, whether it's reducing what you owe or building towards home ownership. He makes the numbers work for you.
Hi, I'm Ed Locke with USA Mortgage. Your tax refund can be more than extra cash. It can be the key to financial freedom or your next home. Let's talk about the best path for you. Call me today at 502-680-0953.
I'm sorry. We're going to go all the way down to Richmond, Kentucky as we continue our Kentucky After Dark series.
Heck yeah.
Dating all the way back to 1798, this place was home to Cassius M. Clay. It's a mystery that it's a mystery if this Cassius could throw a punch. But what isn't a mystery is that he was a famous emancipationist that still lives here today as a ghost. With his wife and son. Haunting this place, witnesses claim to see little hauntlings. Little hauntlings, that's funny. Ghostly candle lights and mysterious noises, even some smells throughout the home. Richmond's other spooky destinations include the Pig House, a haunted, burned down log cabin, 4 Mile Road, haunted by the vengeful spirit of Little Egypt, and the Blue Lady. Some students say that even King Johnson building at EKU harbors many, many ghosts.
It takes a community to protect our most vulnerable from human trafficking.
If you see something, say something. Call the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-888-373-7888. And Jerry, if you can't see the light,
Be the light.
we asked Ed Locke what we should do before buying a home.
He said, do check your credit, do save for a down payment, don't open new debt, and don't ignore your budget.
Simple steps, but they made all the difference when we applied.
Ed's guidance turned confusion into confidence.
Hi, I'm Ed Locke with USA Mortgage. Follow the right do's and don'ts, and you'll be ready for home ownership. Call me today at 502-680-0953. NMLS ID 448908, DAS Acquisition Company, LLC, doing business as USA Mortgage, NMLS ID 227262. This is not a commitment to lend. Additional terms and conditions apply.